Salve a tutti, ciao, and welcome to Tuscany. Here is my kitchen. That's the kitchen of my cooking school, a bed and breakfast near Lucca. So if everyone want to come here, I here open arms to welcome you. How are you guys? Are you happy to be here for this appointment? Ciao friend! Ciao, ciao, ciao! I'm very happy to be with you and to start with this fast and simple recipe. You know, only fast and simple recipe. Ciao Gloria! Ciao Virginia! Ciao! But we are going to do something that is very special and delicious. Before to do this, I want to tell you that if you can follow my page, the fan page, Cooking Classes in Tuscany, Cuoche and Vacanza, you go above the page, there are 3 points, you can go there and subscribe to priority notifications so we can be together and you can be updated about all the Facebook streaming and recipe. Ciao Lars! Rachel! Dal Texas! Rachel, I'm waiting for you nextly, soon here in Tuscany. Che bello! So, I'm very happy for this, and so I wish that we are together to make this wonderful recipe and very, very simple. As I told you, that's why we can do it together. We can make this recipe together. You can make it with me because it's really simple and you need so few tools. So no worry. If you have your ingredients, you can follow me directly. I go just to share something with you. Okay, yes, you're counting the days. Me too. We'll do some pictures and post on the group, on our group, Dolce Vita in Tuscany, when you'll be here, Rachel. Okay, guys. So if there is someone who wants to tell me where are you, I'm happy. Furthermore, if you are a new person in the group Dolce Vita in Tuscany or on the page, because this streaming is I think is together on both sides. Ciao Maria Charla, ciao. I am in USA and sound went out. Oh, I'm sorry for this. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Tell me, I guess. Because Maria Charla said that there is some trouble of to listen to me. So if everyone tell me that it's okay, we can go. Ciao Lars again. Ciao ragazzi, Cinzia, bella. Okay, I went out and back and that is fine. Okay, perfetto. Benissimo. Oh, grazie Gloria. So let's go, girls. Let's go for this recipe. But very simple, as I told you, but we have to respect the steps. Now I start, and if you want to ask me every question, I'm here at your disposal. You know, I jump here even when the streaming is over, so you can ask me whatever you want. So let's go with this. The first step to make the croccantella is to mix the water with the flour. I want to show you, and so I go down over the bowl that I know you are watching better, maybe. I try to put, ecco qua, sorry, I go to see you. This is the semola flour that I want to show you. As you can see, it's very, very thin. It's not ground, it's very thin. So, if at home you have a flour that is a bit thicker, you can blend it one time, and so you have a very thin flour like this. Okay, girls? Okay. So we go with our measure. let's start. We take of this 2 cups, and I wanted to use this measure, but you know, here in Italy we don't use this, but we use to have a balance. So I try with this, but I want to tell you that the most important thing is the texture. So doesn't mention the amount of this. You watch the texture after when there is the water, okay? So we put 1 of this. And 2. So you see, they are not so full in this case. And then we go to mix our water. We put 1 cup of water. This is an experiment for me because I want to see if the amount is okay with your flour. So we start mixing and we go adding the water. If you start from the center mixing, you can feel the flour that slowly take the consistency. So at this point, this is the amount that I wrote you in the ingredients, but I think is, you see, this is 1/4 of cup and is not enough. So I'm pretty sure you should use 1 cup and 1/2. But as I repeat you, the most important is the texture, that I want to show you the right one. So no problem. Let me add another 1/4 of cup and we mix. Okay. You know I always use this, but so this is similar to a yogurt, but it is always too much thick. So I want a bit more liquid. You can see it, okay? So we go, as you can see, so the measure is completely different in Italy, because in Italy we have 315 milliliters, and I saw a translation that say it was 1 cup and 1/4, then 1 cup and 1/2, but I still remain to the milliliter at this point. And I want to see you that I'm pretty sure that is 1 cup and 3 of this. So you have to do the count, because it's a word completely different from mine, okay? Anyway, at home I can count, and then I suggest you much better. Ecco fatto. So now there are no more lamps. I finished my 350 milliliters of water inside the semola flour that here in Italy we call semola rimacinata, because it is blended. It's very thin. So you can see now it doesn't rise. So now it's very, very liquid. At this point we leave this and we set apart so it rests sometimes. And now we go to cut our cheese. What cheese I decided to take? I took the Fontina cheese, but you can use the cheese that you prefer. What I strongly suggest you is to use a tasteful one. So don't use caciotta that is really delicate. don't use a very fresh pecorino, but you can use taleggio, seasoned pecorino. You can use gorgonzola. Maybe the Roquefort is too much strong, but anyway, any kind of cheese that has a strong flavor will be perfect for this recipe. That is really tasteful, as I already told you. So we go to cut our Fontina cheese that has a smell. You can't smell this, but it's really strong and delicious. Okay, you just cut coarsely, don't worry, but it's important that they are not so big. So more they are thin, better is, but not in julienne, just in small dices, cubes. Then if you want to taste about the amount of the cheese, don't worry, you can use more cheese than what you see in the ingredients that I wrote, because it's a tested recipe, and the ingredients that you say can be changed. What I recommend is don't use too much pear, that I wrote pear, sorry. And the pear is delicious in this recipe, but we need, it's not too much, because it will go to wet the bottom of the tray. So we set this apart, and now we go with our pear that I told you. The nice thing is now that your pear can be cleaned in this way, so you can leave the skin of your pear without any kind of problem. Don't leave the skin. There is also another, if you cut the one part bigger like this, you can take off all the seeds in one time. You see? Okay. At this point we take off the bottom, this part, and we go cutting this. It's not necessary they are terribly thin. Anyway, maybe it's the right way, yeah? Ok, prendiamo anche questo. That's good. I cut the pear in this way because after I show you how I put it in the tray, that is very simple. Anyway, I don't want to use too much. So these are the right steps, because if you go first with the pear, you risk it comes a bit brown. So you have not to put some lemon, because now it's pear, yes, large. Because if you put some lemon, you change the flavor of our recipe, okay? So at this point, we can take our tray and start making the croccantella. But it's important that you saw this simple but step, but that you have to respect. Okay, so I go to take our tray. This is the dimension of the pizza tray. In Italian is 30 centimeters. Rachel, should the pear be more firm? Yes, you can use a ripe pear, but what I suggest you is a firm pear. Yes, because so you are sure that there is not too much wet when you are going to make it. So I go down here. Ciao Fiorella! Eccoci qua. So we take this, we put some oil here. Now I go with my hands, because touching this, I'm sure that everything will be well oiled. Okay, this is extra virgin oil, Gert? And now we can add here some corn flour. Do you remember that I wrote you the corn flour? So this is a particular kind of corn flour because this is a wholemeal corn flour. So it has the germ inside, the corn germ. But you can use a regular corn flour, no problem. This step is important because you have to cover. Why I am using my finger, because if you take a tablespoon and you go to sprinkle with a tablespoon over this tray, this pizza tray, you'll have too much flour together in some points. So it's much better that you have the extra virgin oil and then you cover but gently all the tray. In this way you'll have your flour that change color slowly and take the oil. You see, when you start seeing that your flour comes clear, light yellow, you stop, because at this point this is the right amount. So the step is, let's start with the pear. We just start with the center. If you like a taste of the pear, you can put lots of pear, but I prefer to stay in amount that is not so strong, because anyway the pear gives its flavor and its texture. But if you prefer something that is not so crunchy inside, it's perfect, because remember, this focaccia is very crunchy outside. This should come in this way, but it's soft inside, because there is the pear and the cheese. So as you can see, we don't want the pear touch one each other, so we separate. Anyway, repeat, it's your taste. You can do what you prefer. This is your recipe, and when you try, then you tell me, and then you can rearrange as you prefer. So I don't want to put a lot, because in my taste I prefer in this way, but you can decide as you decide. Ecco. So at this point, as you can see, we have just some pear in this way. Now we take our cheese and we go, this is rest a bit. We take off this from here. We don't need it anymore. And we put some cheese inside, leaving some pieces out, set apart. We take our spoon and mix. So many times when people think to make this focaccia in Italy as well, this focaccia comes from the north of Italy, think to mix all together. They take the pear, they take the cheese and go all together. But this is not correct, because when you mix something that has a different texture, in general, you have not to mix. So just the cheese here and the pear is there. At this point, we go very slowly. I want to see, okay. We put, oh sorry, I forgot to tell you that here we can put some salt. And in my case, I usually use just a sprinkle because the cheese is tasteful, okay? So just a sprinkle of sauce. And then we'll add the pepper, but on the top. So just some pepper over the pear. So directly, that it touched directly the pear, and this is really, really good. And then we start from the center. You see it go. You see it was a bit liquid, but it comes immediately more solid because it takes the consistency as it rested. The name is Croccantella just because everything is very thick after the resting and the cooking. So now we put this here. We go with a spatula. This is what I suggest you to use. And then we always pour everything. I usually don't go to throw something. Okay. It is a button. So you see, we started from the center, and we go here. Now we go with the cheese. You remember the cheese that we left, that it was set apart. Eccolo qua. He's taking the shape, you see? Ciao Vale! It's taking the shape. Now we go again with some pepper, but not so much. Now we go with our corn flour. Remember, your oven should be hot, but if you want to set it in the meantime that you are turning on your oven, is perfect. So you can wait. So you can do it after, no problem. Again, as I told you before, we take the hands for our corn flour. So by hands, we go to cover and sprinkle gently. If we don't do this gently, we risk to have something that is always meshing inside. Because it should be light and not going down completely in a full immersion, okay? Allora. This is what gives the particular crunchiness to this focaccia croccantella, and this is what gives also a real good flavor, because the corn flour, once it's cooked, is delicious. Here in Tuscany, we often make the fried corn flour. It's like fried polenta. Okay, so you see the color is changed. I prefer to use many times the corn flour. We can give it another round here. And this should go in the oven. So you remember 410 for 35 minutes, or 210 centigrade or 410 Fahrenheit. I got to put this in the oven, and I show you that one that I prepared right now. I don't know if it's still, it's a bit hot. Aiuto. I don't know if it's still crunchy, because now there is the time to be here. We try, huh? We try to see and to hear if it's crunchy. Oh yes, you see? This is the right crunchiness, huh? Allora, let's go with this. Let's try to take it. Questa è la croccantella. I don't know if we can. Questa è proprio croccantina. You remember the pear is on the bottom. Okay. I prefer to use take this. Okay, girls, we go with this, and I take a plate so that we can try to cut our croccantella. So it's crunchy. I think that there is no doubt that it's crunchy. Okay, inside there is the pear, so it's a bit soft. I don't want to ruin the shape. That is very nice. Aspetta che ti prendo. Ok. Hope everyone can see. You can watch. Rachel, yes, it's really good. I want to show you. I think you can see it. This is fantastic. Can I try to taste, or I am inadequate? Do you want to hear the crunchiness? We try. We try. I'm very sorry if I give a bite, but I wanted to taste and to let you hear the crunchiness of this Focaccia Croccantella that I'm sure you can make, and it will be delicious. And I'm happy, Gloria, that it looks and sounds delicious. You can make it, and if you make it, please post in the group the picture, tell me, tag me, comment the page, because this is very good. And I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have some question, I'm here to answer you, but you saw this is really, really simple. So simple and delicious. As my granny say, simple but delicious, and simple is not easy, you know. No, grazie a voi. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Virginia. I'm so happy that we keep in touch, and ciao Teresa, grazie mille. And I hope to look for you and to look you, and that you are here with me next time, and it will be a nice occasion to be together. Ciao Cinzia. sì, Cinzia. Send me the pictures, the photo, and post in the group that I'll be happy to share with you. It's a bit difficult sometimes. You remember the oven is different, so everyone has a different oven. You have to watch, and when you see that the croccantella, his oven has this color, you know that is good. This is a real yellow brown color that is perfect for the crunchiness. Okay, so I wish you a fabulous weekend. Fran, anche a te. Grazie Fran. I look for your photos. So a great weekend to everyone. Ciao a tutti, keep in touch, and see you next Friday. Ciao a tutti, ciao.